We're here today to celebrate not a ride that's going away and dying, but a ride that has lived this way. MuppetVision 3D will have closed its doors forever as you're watching this video. I went to Muppet's Courtyard to Hollywood Studios to pay my respects late in the month of April, and let me tell you, it was very surreal. It was a very surreal experience knowing that this would be my last time in Muppet's Courtyard, my last time seeing MuppetVision 3D. Take a look around. This is Grand Avenue, Grand Courtyard, Muppet's Courtyard at Disney's Hollywood Studios. About a month, 1 month. This is April of 2025. 1 month before retheming and some partial demolition. And I've never been sadder in my life. While not quite an opening day attraction for Disney's Hollywood Studios, or MGM Studios as it was known back then, it has cemented its place in the hearts of theme park fans all over the world as being an instant Disney Parks classic, along with the Rivers of America at the Magic Kingdom, but that's not what this video is about.
Wacky, explosive entertainment, Jim Henson's MuppetVision 3D. We surrender, we surrender! Only at the Disney MGM Studios theme park. Starring moi!
And you know, with Disney's recent usage, or some would say disusage, not me though, I don't think that's an actual word, of the Muppets, it's raising a few questions. We are getting a rock and roller coaster themed to the Muppets after MuppetVision 3D closes down, and potentially, this is all fan theory by the way, that none of this has been confirmed or even rumored in the slightest, a relocation of MuppetVision 3D to the Sunset Showcase, currently housing the Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After show. That is what would happen in my perfect world. However, nothing has been confirmed, nothing has been talked about except for this MuppetVision roller coaster retheme. And while I'm sure, or at least my fingers are crossed, and I'm hoping that this Muppet retheme of Rock and Roller Coaster will be successful and will sort of carry on the spirit of MuppetVision 3D with gags all throughout the queue, and maybe, just maybe, if we're lucky, some new Muppet audio animatronics for the pre-show before we go into the loading zone, it feels like Disney's giving us this Rock and Roller Coaster retheme as a sort of we're sorry for taking down MuppetVision 3D, which is interesting because I feel like it's the first time Disney's done that. But again, I'm sorry, I'm getting sidetracked here. Let's not mourn what's dying. Let's instead celebrate what lived this weekend as MuppetVision takes its final bow. The doors close potentially forever. Let's talk for a second about what made MuppetVision 3D and Muppet's Courtyard around it such a wonderful classic attraction in of itself, just going to Muppet's Courtyard. MuppetVision 3D opened its doors for the first time in 1991, and now it's closing its doors forever. And like I said earlier, I'm sad about it. Let's go inside. Over the years, the facade has changed, but the heart and the soul of the ride remains the same. Take a look over here. Look at those. These little railings have Muppet googly eyes and carrots. There's a standby queue back there that's inaccessible right now. And then of course, the famous suggestive sign. This is just memory lane at this point. Let's go inside. Oh, this is just tragic. One last key under the mat. The very last time I walked into MuppetVision 3D, Rainbow Connection was playing over the speakers, so that was a great and, like I mentioned, tragic way to send off this beloved attraction for my final experience. Now, stopping first in the pre-show room with the net full of Jell-O and all of the different props and puns that are hanging above your head and around you, just take a moment to appreciate how jam-packed literally this room is with Easter eggs. But luckily for us, even after the attraction closes forever, we still have access to all 3 screens of the MuppetVision pre-show. The actual original source video uploaded to YouTube by user Cow Missing, you can see it playing right now for you here, but you will also see it linked in the description down below. I recommend downloading it if Disney ever tries to take it down, because they're working on just uploading it to Disney Plus, I guess. And while it can't perfectly recreate being in this room with the AC blaring and all of the props around you, it can get the job done pretty decently well if you play it over your TV and just close your eyes. Cow Missing actually has a lot of MuppetVision material on their channel that I recommend you check out before Disney probably ends up taking it down. It may be grainy and it may be old, but it's the original MuppetVision 3D animatic, and that's actually very neat to check out.
It's one of those 3D movies. Put on your glasses, Stanford. Yeah. Hey, look! Look at the guy in the goofy mask! That's not a mask. Oh, sorry, lady!
You know, for a ride that used to span coast to coast, it's kind of shocking to see MuppetVision 3D sort of dwindling. It's receding. It used to be at California Adventure as well as Hollywood Studios or MGM Studios, and then they got rid of it at California Adventure, and now it's going away in its home park. The influence of MuppetVision 3D seems to be slowly disappearing, diminishing. It's just a bit unfortunate to me. In the era of trackless dark rides, in the era of roller coasters, having a 4D movie, I guess it's a nice reprieve of that arduous wait in line to ride an attraction. Sometimes there would still be a queue, but a movie like MuppetVision still offers you these immersive environments and special effects and audio animatronics without having to wait in line or cash in a lightning lane. It's a bit more of a chill, passive experience. That's why I like the People Movers so much. The Mark Twain, the Liberty Bell, the monorail, and yes, of course, the People Mover. MuppetVision, along with PhilharMagic, Mickey's PhilharMagic is another great example, offers something that you can't really find at a Disney park anymore nowadays. That it used to be full of Circle Vision movies, Captain EO. For crying out loud, Awesome Planet at the Land Pavilion. Throw some effects in there. Throw some 4D effects. Make it feel like I'm in the middle of an erupting volcano. I'll be lining up for that the same way I line up for Living with the Land every time I'm inside that gorgeous, beautiful building. Everything has its place, okay? Monstropolis, I'm sure, will be a great time. The loading area, little animation they did where we avoid the lift hill entirely and just get lifted straight up into the air for the roller coaster, that looks neat, but I can't help but feel bad about what we're losing. But I have to remind myself, we're celebrating its life. We're celebrating its life. We're not mourning its death.
Well, what do you think? We have time to go to the bathroom before the next show? We can't, you old fool. We're bolted to the seats.
On behalf of Kermit and the gang, thank you for joining us. Please, guys.
Monstropolis, for me, just won't hit quite the same. Muppet stuff is closed. That's not indicative of the state of this area. It could be great if they wanted it to be good. It's like they don't want it to be. Anyway, that was it. That was my personal last ride. I won't be here next month for the closing, but don't stand there. And keep in mind, this is the budget version of the Muppet Land we were going to get. We were going to get an entire Muppet Studios themed land with a dark ride and MuppetVision 3D and restaurants, and we sort of ended up getting that with the Muppet Courtyard eventually. I think my main problem here is that Disney doesn't really appreciate the Muppets. They don't appreciate what they have with this IP. Until next time, I suppose. We all know that IP-themed lands are the way of the future. Disney doesn't really do unthemed lands or original attractions anymore, and I think it really depends on how Disney goes about building these IP-based lands. Galaxy's Edge and Pandora, those are great. Toy Story Land is an example I would use for a IP-themed land that it isn't very good. I can't believe I didn't even mention It's Tough to Be a Bug. We lost It's Tough to Be a Bug. It remains to be seen whether or not the Zootopia show is of the same caliber of It's Tough to Be a Bug. I haven't seen much of it yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing more regarding the show and the effects and the animatronics. Totally blanked that, totally forgot about it. Moving on now back to the Muppets. If Disney really wanted to capitalize on a well-loved IP, you got Moana, right? You got Toy Story. I guess now you have Cars coming to the Magic Kingdom. why not the Muppets? Why not give the Muppets their own land again? Maybe it's because Disney doesn't want to make Muppets content, so not a lot of people watch Muppets content, and it's just sort of the snake eating its own tail, an Ouroboros of nobody caring about the Muppets because there's nothing to consume when it comes to Muppet media. And when you ask people their favorite bits of Muppet movies or television, they'll usually answer with the older stuff, the Jim Henson stuff. But new content brings new viewers and new people, new fans into the fold, making it more popular. Disney just needs to give the Muppets a little bit, a little bit of money. Maybe let them put on one last show to save the theater. I don't know. There's not really a point I have with this video. I'm just sort of meandering about what could have been with a potential Muppets land and what could be in the future with the Muppets at the Disney park. But we're here for MuppetVision. I'm sad it's going away. I'm excited for Monstropolis. I'm hoping it's good and not a concrete land. I'm looking forward to the future of the parks more right now than I have been in a bit, probably since the Disneyland Forward thing has passed. But all of this remains to be seen. Things could be mediocre, things could be great. It's sort of a coin flip nowadays. But even though MuppetVision is closing down forever, it will be immortalized in some way, and maybe it will receive a second shot at life sometime in the future at Hollywood Studios. But for now, after we all exit the theater that very last time, take one long glance around you, look around at Muppet's Courtyard, and remember all of the good times that we had there. All the Pizza Rizzo pizzas that have been eaten, the weird dance floor on the second floor of Pizza Rizzo, Gonzo's Royal Flush, Mama Melrose, which is sadly already gone away, and of course the reason we were all there in the first place, MuppetVision 3D. Because that's what the Disney parks are all about, making memories. And I have some pretty damn good ones at MuppetVision 3D. So thank you, MuppetVision. I hope I'll see you soon.